You're listening to the Classic Gamers Guild podcast.
This makes my nipples hard.
I am breakfast cereal great.
I am.
I'm ready. Let's
go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, oh boy, yeah, right. Very good.
Thank you.
Give you a little knuckle on the chin there. Look.
It deserves just that.
Do the old smother the baseball cap.
Hey there, welcome back to the show. Today, Paul and I are deciding to carry on with our kind of like nonsense fun episodes. And this one is going to be Classic Yearbook Style Awards.
Yes, I would reword that as we have no choice but to continue on with our nonsense topics because, okay, look, listen, I keep making promises, and when will I learn to probably stop doing that? It's a great way to guarantee. When I say next week's episode is going to be whatever, it's like a great way to guarantee that is not going to be what next week's episode is. This isn't Return to Monkey Island like I said it would be, because we had to record sooner than that. How do I word that? Is that good?
Well, we had a few things. For one, we had to record sooner, and for two, I switched hard drives on my computer.
I'm so
this
glad
week instead of playing games on it.
Right, that too. And I have to get a thing done. Surgery sounds dramatic, but it's surgery like or surgery light.
Yeah, akin to surgery.
Yeah, it's Twilight, not general. For my. I'm so glad you said stuff a second ago. I'm like, because we're right at that point where we would just trash this whole intro and start over, but it sounds like we're into this one now.
Yeah, this is kind of happening. So what we've done is we're going to kind of do this, how would you call it? Bullet shooter, fire shooter, off the hip. One of those terms that doesn't work at all. I'm playing Red Dead. I'm trying to sound Western. It's not working. But what we've got like all these categories, and then we're just kind of like going to say who we think each category would fit. Like, for example, best hair, which would be the first one we will talk about, which I'm not going to do yet because I haven't thought of somebody yet. But when I do, that will be where we'll start. And we'll go a little bit quicker through it. So if you don't agree with some of our choices, or maybe if you even have your own, you can totally share that with us. Yeah.
So this started out as classic yearbook, like the adventure game yearbook. Like, like Anna said, best hair, best, most likely to succeed, whatever. And then it kind of just started turning into like a more of an award sort of thing, like an award ceremony, award categories. So it's a blend of those two. But like Anna said, we're going to try to more quick fire this. We're not going to do like analysis like we have been the last two episodes because, you probably need a break for that. Yeah. And then just a note too. So I'm going to, even though this episode is coming out at the normal time, we're actually going to have had a 2-week break. And in that time, we're going to play a game and get back to doing some more game-specific episodes. It's probably going to be Monkey Island. I feel like I kind of want to play it again, at least more than last week. But
I do too.
Whatever the case is, it'll be a game. And then there's more games in the future coming up. We're going to do a poll on Patreon for what gross early 2000s game we should play. Actually, I want to extend that too because I want to add Gabriel Knight to the list. I want to do like Gabriel Knight 3, The Longest Journey, Siberia. I'm not going to offer Runaway.
Broken Sword. No, that's way more recent. But Circle of Blood, you can throw
that's
that.
A great
Broken
call.
Sword.
Maybe just those 4. Yeah, something like that. So we're going to put that on Patreon and have you guys vote for which one of those we should do after Monkey Island. And then we've got other things like Quest for Glory and even way down the line when Anna's done Red Dead Redemption 2. Yeah. Okay. So cool. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Not get it over with, but let's swiftly have fun with it.
Yes. Immediately. Let's go.
Okay. Wait. How are we gonna do this? Because last episode we didn't handle the whole back and forth thing very well.
No, we did not. How about we'll go category by category? So in the first category, you can or I can, and then we'll switch it for the next one. Or yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go first or me go first?
I'll let you go. No, I'll go first on the asking. You go first on the answering. Yes, that sounds perfect.
Okay.
Best hair.
Okay, best hair is Guybrush Threepwood in the remaster because it was the only hair that I know of that angered people into making a patch to get rid of it.
I like it.
Yeah, or Roger Wilco's blonde hair patch. That's weird. There's a lot of hair patches. Well, there's two. There's there's two hair patches. That's a lot of hair patches, relatively speaking, though.
I was trying to, like, what is her name? Lorraine? The one with the crazy hair in Maniac, or in Day of the Tentacle?
Is that her name? Right, it might be.
I can't remember what her name is.
I think Bobbit when you say Lorraine, still.
Her, and then I'm looking at pictures of different hair. I'm seeing Conroy Bumpus has pretty awesome hair from Sam and Max. He's got this, like, coiffed thing in the front.
Brian Setzer kind of vibe, yeah. Conan, Brian Setzer, yeah. I thought the best hair one was funny because of all, like, the AGI era, early CGI. Like, it's all just a few pixels, so it's just kind of a...
Oh, it's Laverne. Isn't her name Laverne? I haven't looked it up yet, but I think it is.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
That makes more sense.
That feels righter.
Yeah. That does feel righter, doesn't it?
Yeah. Mo better.
Yeah. Mo better.
Okay, so, next one.
Best dressed, Paul.
Oh, man. Okay, I didn't think of any of these ahead of time, too.
Neither. This is going to be something.
I'm going to go... I am going to go with Freddie Farkas for the pageantry.
Right. No, that's a good call. I was thinking Elaine, because she's like pirate chic. Pirate chic. I don't know how to say that word. I always think it, though.
Right.
She's chicy. Chicy?
Sure, yeah.
Chic. Yeah.
She's chicy.
She's that. She's chicy.
Okay, good.
Biggest flirt.
I
mean, there's an obvious answer here.
But there is?
I think so.
There probably is. Okay. I mean, I'm thinking Sweet Cheeks because she was a whore.
Ooh, okay.
That was an unexpected response. Ooh. Like one of those, like, 90s sitcoms.
I didn't expect it. It was...
Soundboard effects. Ooh.
It makes sense because I just gave you... What was it? Oh, no, that was somebody. That was Lula. Anyways, carry on.
Well, it's just, from what I understand, whores are quite flirtatious. Mm-hmm. As if to say, hey, you should purchase my goods.
Is there a politically correct way to call them that?
A lady of the night.
There you go.
Or in 2025, maybe it's a person of the night.
It just seems classier somehow that way.
But it's not as funny. No.
That is not as funny at all. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I was just thinking Larry, straight up. He's probably, whether he's good at it or not, he's still a pretty big flirt.
This is a random side story, but when I take my contacts out, my eyelids feel like that, like a lady of the night might. They feel loose and hanging over, just...
Right.
Yeah, just kind of... Just from years, I've worn contacts since 96. So my eyelids are just a little stretched and worn like a...
lady of the night.
Yeah, so...
No, that's good. That's a great comparison. I think the audience...
That's the color commentary, right, that they all have come to expect.
Yeah. No, that's good. So most likely to succeed at causing a global catastrophe.
Wait, sorry, who was your biggest flirt? Did you say it?
Larry.
Oh, okay, and that would be the obvious. Right, I wasn't thinking of a male. Huh, okay. Right, okay, most likely to succeed.
At causing a global catastrophe.
Oh, man, this was hard enough without that little last part there. Okay.
I mean, again,
Max.
I was gonna say you're gonna default to obvious. There's gonna be Max or maybe Vohal because that's an obvious.
Ooh,
it's like,
right.
yeah.
You're right. Maybe it would be a villain, right? Because they're actually trying to cause the catastrophe of sorts. Doesn't matter.
Because it'd be like Roger Wilco would accidentally cause a global catastrophe, but Sludge would do it on purpose. Damn it.
Yeah, you should have seen this list before I sent it to you. There was like 15 different ways of saying who would have accidentally ruined everything.
Of course.
I just kept rewording that same question. I'm like, dude, please stop, because it's all Roger. It's not even fun to talk about. Okay, cool. So you went Vohal, I went Max.
Likely to be late for a class because of a puzzle. Jesus.
Most likely. How about just most likely? Okay, most likely to be late for class. Because of, that's all. That's Willie Beamish because his puzzles were bullshit and he had to go to class.
Yeah, I like that.
I love that game. That sounded harsh on it, but man, it's not even the puzzles are bullshit. It's just the game is super weird.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that works. I could say maybe Bernard because he's like, he got into some sort of a weird physics puzzle and then he just never was able to leave again till he figured it out.
Right. I could see that. Okay.
Class clown.
That's a little harder because I took my beanie off and I can slightly hear me in you. I can hear me in you. Who is intentionally funny? You know what I mean? Like class clown indicates that they want to be funny. Like who is trying to be funny out here in the big adventure game world?
Yeah, and who has the sass and the attitude? Oh, what's his name? The your helper. I don't know why I can't remember his name. The purple guy in Toonstruck.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Flux Wildly. That's it. Flux.
Okay.
Flux
right,
is
right.
definitely the class clown because he is fun and he is funny and he's making jokes. He'll do the pranks. He's totally the class clown type.
Yes, great choice. Okay. There is no better choice than that, but I'll just a quick shout out to Ransom the Clown.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Okay.
Okay, most likely to die immediately.
Jeez.
Any main character in a King's Quest game.
Right, that's a great answer.
And he's like, I'll pick Rosella, sure, but like pick any of them.
Whoever's closest to a staircase.
That's a good one.
Perfect. All right.
Okay, great. Best glow up.
I mean, what exactly is a glow up? Like this is just a character arc, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, I thought it was to do with getting like looking better.
Oh, like a shallow character arc.
Or like
superficiality.
I don't know. I always thought like if you went and had a makeover or something, that would be like a glow up.
Okay. Huh.
So that's what I was thinking.
Damn.
Let's see. I'm just looking it up here.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hold
we've
on.
ended up just exposing our age, sadly and publicly.
Improved grooming or fashion sense, increased self-confidence, healthier body or lifestyle, emotional and maturity awareness, or general radiance or energy shift. So it can be, it's not just
answer,
looking
yeah.
better, it's like feeling and showing up better. It's actually what I've been trying to do with my life for the last few years. I'm trying to glow up.
I hated that answer though, because it was like it's maybe all of those things, but sometimes one of them.
Yeah, it's an umbrella term, it says.
Okay, fantastic. Non-committal.
Yeah, somehow better. So you could say, let's see.
I know this is who has. I'm trying to think if anybody had a physical. I'm latching on to the the aesthetic change here. Does anybody like Roger goes blonde? Mm-hmm. So there's that. That's something. Does anybody else's look change? I don't think so.
Like the hero in Quest for Glory improves himself over the series and his look changes, and eventually he gets so mature that he ends up getting married.
It's Gabriel Knight.
Ah, there's the glow up. And see, you know the character arc better.
It has nothing to do with the arc, but he goes from pixels to Dean Erickson.
You win. Victory.
Perfect. Happy with that. Okay.
Good. Most likely to join a cult. I have an answer that you don't. Automatically, I can think of that. And I haven't even read the question yet.
Okay. Because I'm thinking Lara Bow. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't really, she's not wanting to join the cult there. She's just, and then there's
Right.
Gabriel Knight who deals with cult issues.
So he's already in the realm of cult.
There's Don. I mean, the magic thing isn't like a cult, but it kind of is.
Mm-hmm. A cult of magicians, essentially, and demons.
Right, yes, it's a fellowship of sorts. Then there's whatever Police Quest 3 had going on. There was some cult shit in that one. I don't know. Answer for me.
The absolute correct answer is Doug the Mole Man from Sam and Max, because he already lives underground.
Nice.
So he's all ready to like go off. I told you I was going to shoehorn him into there.
You
This
did,
is where
right,
he
that's
goes.
true.
He goes right here. But I guess I could say Adavis from Quest for Glory because he literally started a cult. But out of the fun side, Doug the Mole Man, he is definitely going to be our cult leader.
Nice.
For sure.
Feels good too to have him have that sorted. That's off your plate now. I know that was.
I was
a
like,
weight you were
where can I
carrying.
put him? God damn it, where?
It was the mole on your back or whatever. No,
Sure. Big hairy one too. Just couldn't even remove it. Most likely to marry a villain.
okay, this has to be. I'm going to annotate it to say this has to be a non-villain too, because then it's more fun. That sets me up to have like a fun answer. And okay, most likely to marry a villain. So who's got that streak? Who's got the? I would say Rosella in King's Quest VII. She's got the bored housewife vibes in that. I never go on an adventure. Like she just seems like she's ready to get swept up by a bad boy.
Yeah, she totally is. I would say she's actually, yeah. And even Edgar was kind of sketchy at first, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Or maybe the grandmother in Blue Force.
Yeah, she's hardcore too, man.
Yeah,
She is
very slutty vibes from that grandma.
she is something. We still have to do our Blue Force episode. I would like to do that sometime because Grandma's got opinions and they need to be on an episode.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so did I give it? Oh yeah, right. I guess I could say like outside of Rosella, who I would think about initially, maybe Elaine, because she probably in another reality would have had to marry LeChuck, or it could have gone that way.
True. And hey, pirates aren't good people. Mm-hmm. So there's that.
Yeah, there's also that.
Done.
Okay, that was great. So most likely to sleep through the apocalypse.
I guess that it kind of has to be Roger, right? Because he was always sleeping in broom closets and stuff. I feel like isn't that like isn't that in one of the games where like yeah, it's Space Quest. Is it 1 or is it 2? I think it's 1. Yeah, it's 1. Space Quest 1. He's sleeping in a closet when the Saurians attack, and that's the only reason he survives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. My hand is forced there.
I think looking at all the icons of Sierra characters, you know who it's going to be? It's definitely going to be Jones.
Fucking Jones. I hate that guy.
You know what? He doesn't even, you have to tell him when to eat. Like, he doesn't even know basic human management on his own body. He's probably like, oh, what? There's an apocalypse? I didn't even know that was supposed to be happening.
Gross. You know what it isn't? Attractive. It's not attractive. He's a project.
Yeah, he's definitely a project person. So we're going to say, yeah, we're going to leave it there. Most likely to monologue during a crisis. Oh, that's Gabriel Knight too, isn't it?
It might be, right. That's fair. He's pretty wordy.
Maybe Indy.
Maybe, yeah.
He's totally the type. I don't know.
Sam's pretty...
Sam.
Talk you through
Yeah,
the
chaos. He's the narrator of the game while you're playing the game of himself or whatever.
Who's just overtly talkative, though? Who's, like, helplessly verbose? I don't know. Maybe Guybrush? He kind of talks a lot.
He does kind of talk a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Whatever. Let that one fizzle out. Let's go to the
Perfect.
next. Yeah.
And most likely to cash out and start a family.
That's a weird question. So...
It is.
It's very weird. I don't know. I remember changing it to that, which is the weirder thing. This was one of those, it was going to be a something by accident Roger answer, and I was like, let's change that to whatever this is for some reason. Okay, so this kind of implies that they're tired of they're not going to keep adventuring till they die, sort of thing. Mm-hmm. And that almost begs that's maybe the better question is like who would never stop just because they love the game so much, you know?
Yeah, just keep going and going and going. Or no, like, okay, to cash out and start a family. I mean, I know we said her, but wouldn't Marie do that? Because she was out on the streets, and now she's looking to just cash out on everything that she is to start a family. I mean, that was the whole point of it.
Yeah, which means Sonny would also be like the perfect choice, but he's not. He's like the one adventurer that's not in a situation to have a ton of money to retire. You know what I mean? Like the cash out is the problem with him on that salary.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, there's a good non-answer. I think that counts.
What about Maggie from The Dig?
Maggie, I don't remember.
You
her.
know, Maggie's the girl in The Dig. You know, there's the three of them. They went to the planet, the German Ludger guy. And she was the news reporter come scientist. And, you know, by the end of that whole adventure, she'd probably like, I'm going to take all the money I got from this motherfucking mission. Because that was crazy. Did you see what happened?
Right.
And then
or maybe
I'm
she
gonna
like
cash
wrote
out
a
and start a
book,
family
and then
now.
she's good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a great answer.
That would be
I'm
her.
happy with that. Very good.
Yeah.
Way to save that one.
Cool. Best what am I doing here face. I mean, Roger's obviously kind of.
Yeah, that's true.
Again.
That's kind of all of his. I also like this one on the realm of AGI, SCI, early graphics, like because you can't see their faces, so it's like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. All right. Anything else on that one?
No, absolutely not.
No. Most likely to walk into a trap. The player. Whoever it is that they're playing in the game. It's the player.
Right, most likely to walk into a trap. So who's like the least observant?
The least observant. Well, then that's not. Sonny's pretty observant, even
Larry.
though he puts himself into. Larry, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Best internal screaming while remaining polite. I got a good one for that. Oh, yeah.
Whoever's in I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, because they have no
Good
mouth. And yeah.
You can literally see this vibe in Grace all the way through the first Gabriel Knight game.
That's true. It all comes undone in the second. But
yeah, the second one you can't.
she
as much,
does
but I haven't
actually
finished
scream.
that yet.
Fair.
Oh, she does. Okay.
Remember,
Yeah,
because she freaks out on the girl in the beginning of the game when she shows up to the castle. Yeah, she comes.
Oh yeah,
undone.
right. That she does. Okay, most likely to turn around dramatically.
I was proud of this one, by the way. I just want everyone to know that. I don't know why. This is Oliver from Phantom Fellows. I'm sorry, but his turnaround and no
Yeah.
is the best one. No, for real, for classic, for games everyone would know, it's probably... I don't know.
Could say Stan, because every time he turns, his coat is very dramatic. You could take a literal stance on it.
How about the other Phantom game, this one from the opera? Because he's got a cape, and anybody who turns around in a cape
That's
is
pretty
automatically
dramatic.
the most dramatic, yeah.
Okay.
Ship.
Most likely to stay and help clean up. Well, that would have to be Rosella, because she literally did it in the game.
Oh, wow. You're right. She did.
Do 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 do.
Right.
Do 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 do. You know.
She does stay to help clean up. Okay, yeah. Can't top that.
No. Most likely to be a reoccurring villain.
What did I mean? Because there are reoccurring villains. It doesn't matter.
Well, LeChuck is the reoccurring villain and will always be because he's immortal. I mean, I haven't finished the newest game, but as far as I know, he's immortal.
I would have liked to have seen Herman. No. Yeah, actually, I said that by accident, but let's stay with it. I would love to
Herman
have...
Toothrock.
Yeah. It's for him to have lived long enough to become the villain.
All right. So the last one in my category is most likely to press every button. And, oh my God. Is this another Roger?
Yeah, a lot of these episodes have been trying not to name Roger. Maybe that must be the way I'm framing questions as opposed to a Roger thing. Most likely to press every button. How about any of the tentacle guys? Max?
Yeah,
Max?
Bernard would push all the buttons, but he'd be smart enough to fix it after.
Yeah, I would say more Hoagie, because Bernard's so calculated.
Hoagie would put his Hoagie on the button panel, and it would push all the buttons.
Gross. I bet you that thing is meaty, too.
Oh my God, it's so heavy. It's not a quarter pounder, it's like a 4-pounder.
Man, terrific. This is hopefully the only podcast where you can get insight onto what Hoagie's Hoagie look like.
That's right. It's meaty.
There definitely doesn't need to be 2. So
no, 1 is enough. All right, this is yours now, and yeah.
It's yeah, okay. I'm trying to decide if I want everyone to know that I think Hoagie's uncut or not. So I guess that'll settle that.
That'll settle that.
Yeah, I do. Adventure game specific category. Okay, this is when it just spills into general awards because I was frankly on a roll last night writing these out. Okay, best use of a completely random object. So again, there is a rhyme or reason to these categories. So this one is like adventure game specific, as in, things that happen in adventure games, i.e. the first one I just asked. Like a lot of, you get your maze, your inventory, all this kind of related questioning. So again, best use of a completely random object. So
how about a hamster? Best use of a hamster by Fred.
Yeah, that's really good. Because and the hamster's random too. So it really
is
works.
so random because it actually has no effect on your game at all. It is like the randomest thing. Because otherwise I'm like, Erasmus in Quest for Glory, he has random items like floating around and he can transform things. But no, I like that. I like the hamster. I'm going with hamster.
Legacy answer is probably the rubber chicken.
Yeah, good call. With the pulley in the middle.
Yeah, to pay respects there, I'll just mention it. Okay, most confusing puzzle solution.
Well, I mean, people always are talking about Yeti pies and cat mustaches. I mean, wouldn't that...
Right, that's fair.
You'd be like, for example, the puzzle in the Less Manly game, where you have to take somebody's dream out of their head while they're dreaming it.
Maybe we could merge the two if we need to. For what it's worth, there is a moon logic question later. So is it worth separating it to say, is there like just a really confusing one? Like not like bullshit logic, but just maybe like too many steps? Something like that? I don't know. I don't think so. We should just merge the two. Why make us... Okay, fuck it. Yeah, give me the most moon logic you want.
There it is. When you had to grab somebody's dream out of their dream bubble. Done.
Okay, very good. Yeah. I don't have an original answer for this, and that's a bummer. Like I wish I could do better than...
Cat mustache.
Yeah, but I never even played Gabriel Knight 3, so that's on
Neither, but everybody knows about it.
Right, and I didn't think the Yeti Pie was that moon logic-y either. No. We've been through this on the episode before, but in case you haven't heard it, my general stance is that you have like a boot and 3 other things in your inventory at the time. A pie wasn't that far-fetched. It was like, I need to throw something at him. I remember, I don't know how many items you have in your inventory. I just remember when I came across that puzzle, I was like, I'm going to probably have to use something on the Yeti because adventure game, and there's 2 things in your inventory at that time that you could even throw or would throw, and it's a boot and a pie. So it's like, it's not like oh man, I can't believe it was a pie, I've been here for 3 hours. Like, no, you probably got it pretty quickly, even if it was a like, why did that work moment. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Next one.
There's that Larry game, which I don't remember which one it is. Is it the second one? That if you don't grab a certain amount of food at some point in the game and you end up stranded on a boat, I can't remember which one that is. And then you end up dying if you don't have the inventory item because you just can't live anymore. It's like water or it's something random like that.
See, that's for a different category I don't have on here, but that would be like the most bullshit puzzle category. Because it's not moon logic, it's just bullshit. Like the God, what is it that you need on the island in King's Quest IV that you can't see?
Oh, yeah, inside the boat, you have the bridle.
Thank you, yeah. The Larry example fits into that category where it's just... Or there's another Larry example where you have to look in the dumpster like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, and that's Larry too, I think, yeah.
Yeah. But that would be bullshit, not moon logic. I don't have a moon logic one, so next. Worst maze. Worst
maze. Well, mazes generally suck. Most people bring up the desert in King's Quest, King's Quest V, a lot. I would say the desert in Quest for Glory 2, you could almost consider it a maze because it's outside too, but are either of them really games? What about the catacombs in King's Quest 6 or or dealing with the Nazis in all that in the Indiana Jones game?
There's a lot of here. Good call.
Yeah, there's
a lot of great. Yeah, the Indiana Jones one's really annoying. I'm going to say it's between 2 for me. It's either Gabriel Knight 2 and it's at the end, Anna, so you wouldn't have gotten to this part. But it sucks because it just destroys the pacing of the game. It's such a like dramatic conclusion, and then all of a sudden, it's a really difficult, annoying, mazy thing. And then Space Quest 5, where you're going through the ventilation system, and that one's not as bad. It's just I love Space Quest 5 so much, and I feel like that's a blemish on what is otherwise like a perfect game for me. Like, I just hate that game has to have a shitty maze in it because it's such a great game. But the worst actual maze, I'm going to say Gabriel Knight 2. Mm-hmm. What's your final answer?
Oh, my final answer? Yeah, I mean, I got really ticked off by the one in the Indiana Jones game. I had a harder time with that than I did in the King's Quest 6 one, probably. Or the King's Quest 5 maze, if you consider the desert a maze.
Yeah, that's fair. That one did really frustrate me too. But
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We have 2 good answers. Best death animation.
There was so many great animations for deaths and things in like Space Quest 4. I also really liked the little tiny animations for your death in King's Quest 6. I thought both of them did a great job. And like the animations in Colonel's Bequest were a little bit more sort of primitive, I guess you could say, but were pretty dramatic.
They were really good too. Yeah, I like all the SCI Zero animations. I think it
Me
was
too.
I think it was Space Quest 3 where he gets cut in half and then he
Yeah.
like peels apart. You know?
It's like in Quest for Glory when you get cut in half and then it says wanna split because
Right.
it's in a different language and then it's sort of making fun of you being like a banana split and also do you want to split, and anyways it was beautiful, and then it just shows him being cut in half and each side of him falls to the sides. I love that.
I mean, unless Space Quest did the same one, then I'm just thinking of that one because it is that banana style split or whatever.
Could be just from that. I could be. Either way, it's good.
Okay, most aggressive pixel hunting moment.
Right. Space Quest 6, pretty much the whole game.
Oh wow, okay. Indiana Jones Last Crusade in the library. I think it's Minecomb if you're looking for it, and it's
Is that where the murder happened?
absolute bullshit. Worst inventory management. I asked this mostly for you because I think you have opinions on this.
Inventory management, it was tricky. I mean, I had a bit of an awkward time with the inventory management in the first 2 Gabriel Knight games. And I find the whole menu was confusing all on its own. And then it was like there's like 50 items at a time and you're supposed to figure out stuff with it. So for me.
Wasn't there a game recently that you were like really banging on about the inventory management pissing you off?
Oh,
It was Monkey Island. It was one of the Monkey Islands. That's what it
it
was.
must have been one of the Monkey. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I think it was Monkey Island 2 because I ended up with 50 inventory items and I didn't not everything even had a purpose, nor did I know what to do with it. Yes, I
Right.
do remember that.
I guess because you can't see as many on screen at one time in the Scum engine. Okay. Next one. I don't have an opinion. Next one. No comment. Best house.
Ooh, well, my favorite house in all adventure gaming ever is the mansion in King's Quest 4.
Right. That's tough to beat. Yeah.
Yeah. And Maniac Mansion's pretty cool. It's like, if you were to be like, this is the most adventure home out there, that's pretty close up there.
Yeah. I really like Willie Beamish, so I'll just pick that for argument's sake. I don't like how you don't have free control of the house, though. That is kind of annoying.
That's true. I wanted to click on more of the things.
Yeah, exactly. But that'll do. Because otherwise I'd probably pick the same one as you. I probably should have cut this one. Best book within a game. It's so weird that there's so many books in adventure games.
Let me think. Like, there's a book, the Voodoo Lady has a book. There's the spell book in King's Quest 3. Maybe it would be the spell book because it makes magic happen, and that's pretty cool in King's Quest 3. Banana book.
Right.
Yeah.
These are tough because the purpose of this is quickfire, but some of these you just can't quickfire. Like, you really got to stop and think for a while about all this stuff.
I can't think of other books. Like, there's every game. Oh, the books in what is it? Book within a game. One that you can actually read. Like, in the game Hero U, you can actually go to the library and read the books and get the history from them and actually spend some time on it. So that's pretty cool.
Right, that is cool. Should have done like best library instead. I'd give that to Thimbleweed Park because all the backers, gave names to them all, and they're all quite delightfully jokey. Okay, what's the best hidden passageway in a game? Or just hidden room, let's say.
Best hidden room in an adventure game.
Dang.
Right. That's not super easy.
Not at all.
This is the first one that's kind of stumped me a little bit. Hidden room. I'm trying to think. Switches and Colonel's Bequest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you know why.
Right.
And so does everybody listening.
Right.
Yeah.
And even a few people listening like me who are just saying yeah to sound cool.
Yeah, even them.
Yeah. No, we know, guys. Okay, last one for this category, best map.
Oh, I love the map in Sam and Max.
I know, me too.
So much.
Yeah, I was going to say that too. That's a good map.
That's definitely my pick.
Samesies. Okay, I'm gonna read the last ones as well because of reasons. So,
Yes.
Romantic Drama Awards. These are all romance-based things or whatever. So, who's the most likely to break your heart?
My heart, she is broken. Geez. Well, I mean, I hate to say it again, but isn't Rosella already like the heartbreaker?
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, who would you say based on personality, not what they've done? You know what I mean? Like not who's broken a heart in a game, but who.
Like Passionate Patty, probably.
Right. That's fair. That's both.
Yeah.
I would say Dave from Maniac Mansion.
He is so cute too.
He seems, you don't expect it from him. That's
No.
why I didn't think he was playing games, but here we are. So, best almost love story.
Aww.
I don't know what to say here either.
Well, there's Gabriel and Grace, but I don't know if they ended up getting
That's
together
the definitive
later.
one. I can't spoil it for Anna either, so I'll just
No, I
ignore
don't
that
know.
altogether.
What about Ben and that what's her name from Full Throttle?
Oh,
Have
yeah,
you
that's a
played
good
Full
one.
Throttle, Maureen or whatever? Like you
Maureen,
saw
yeah.
there was energy between them because when you're playing it, but I don't think anything ever came of it. But could have been.
Right.
Could have been.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Accepted. And moving on. Most dramatic breakup energy.
Well, I mean that actually happened. I mean,
No, just who's gonna be the most dramatic in a breakup? Who's throwing a fit? Who's airing the laundry? Who's making Facebook posts about it? Who's throwing the clothes out the window, sort of thing?
right. I mean that's kind of like a Larry or a Guybrush kind of a deal. Guybrush seems like he'd be a little bit vindictive. He might be a little bit mean about it. He might maybe share those naked picture posts with his other pirate buddies for a laugh at the pub, but he might even do that before you break up with him.
Yeah, I get more of that energy from Elaine. She seems the more bitter type.
I think she could, not only would she be bitter, but she'd probably make you pay. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Reputation
cannonball
destruction,
and that. Yeah, she's hardcore.
For real. All right, that'll do. Most unresolved romantic tension. Shit. I don't want to spoil this either. All right.
Yeah, again, for me, it's Gabriel and Grace, because that's kind of what I know, but I've
Okay,
only played
right.
half the second game, so maybe, I don't know, Indiana and what's her name? Sophie?
Yeah, did they ever,
They had, I don't think they did, really.
Right, then that's definitely unresolved. Because that's all with India, you get one. Mm-hmm. You get one night. So if they didn't get that night, then that's unresolved.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay, most emotionally unavailable. Is Bobbin. Bobbin
Wow.
Threadbare is clearly the most emotionally unavailable.
Yeah, actually, that's
Just let me in,
true.
man. Won't even look me in the eyes.
Who's emotionally unavailable? What's his name from Maniac Mansion? The evil doctor dude, Mr. Edison.
Wow. Okay.
He is so not emotionally available. He's like,
That's true. Workaholic,
yeah.
am I right?
He never even takes off his little head thing when he's not working, right? He just always leaves that on. It's like you're in bed, you guys are having sex. You're like, can you take that off, please? You're going to injure me. And he's like, no.
You know who it isn't? It's not Robin Hood. He's a bit of a softie in
Yeah.
the game and the movies. He's not afraid to, let his emotions whatever. Okay. And then ultimate power couple. Any two people.
Well, Larry and Patty, obviously.
What if you go like cross genre?
Okay. Like switch it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. We can take the main guy from Full Throttle and put him with Elaine, and those two would actually be a pretty hot connect, and they'd have some
Yeah.
pretty good fights too.
Right, that's a really good choice. Yeah.
Yeah. She could hop on his motorcycle and go. He could hop on her boat and go. Like, it'd be a whole worldwide adventure.
Okay, I like that. I'm happy for them.
Me too. Well done, kids.
I think like if you were to treat this as like a celebrity power couple, like based on notoriety, then I would say Lara and Gabriel.
Mm-hmm. That'd be hot.
You just want to see them together. Like that would feel good. Mm-hmm. I'd feel happy. Be like, oh,
Who gets to be the archaeologist?
It would elicit a good aw.
Aw.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you.
Girls are good at that.
Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, we're almost done, people. Wild cards. So who's got the most punchable face?
Who's got the most punchable face? Well, a poor Stan, but
This is a very easy answer.
our friend Stan who sells boats is a pretty punchable
damn, that's a really
face.
good answer. Jeez.
He's got such and you're looking at his coat and you're just like, I would have beat the shit out of this guy right now.
Damn. Yeah, you might have just beat me. I thought I had the ultimate answer, but that probably wins. I mean, he was in a sense designed to be punchable face. I was gonna say Alexander from King's Quest VI.
No. Why do you say that?
With his fucking, with his puffy sleeves and his douchey, just look at him.
Yeah, fair.
All right, next. Who's the most full of shit?
Stan again.
Right.
He's a walking like guarantee void.
Right, yeah, there's no arguing that.
I don't know what to say. He is just, he is. I'm afraid.
Who's most likely to be secretly a villain, or at least secretly rooting for the villain?
You could purple tentacle, but it's not so secret.
Yeah.
It's purple tentacle all along. And Laura Bow for sure is the most likely to be secretly a villain for reasons.
I would say, I'm gonna go with Marie, Sweet Cheeks, because she's so sick of Sonny's like do right attitude. She's secretly kind of craving the bad boy Jesse.
It could be. I see that. Or like Katrina, because she is secretly a villain. Well, sorry if you know the series.
I just know it's a name I don't know, so it must be Quest for Gold.
Yeah, I don't
I know
that
Katrina
one.
from the inn or something. Katrina's
Yeah.
Tavern, maybe, or something. I'll know. I'll eventually know.
You'll find out. You'll
Yeah.
find out. I'm not saying nothing. But no.
Who is the most likely to die first in a horror game? I'm just reading it how it's written, people.
Of course, of course.
Most likely to die first in a horror game. I guess Larry. I mean, it's hard to see Larry surviving.
Larry or Dave or...
It's not Curtis Craig or Adrienne. Is that how you say it? Adrienne?
Yeah, Adrian.
Delaney? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not them.
Okay.
We know that much. Maybe it's Pepper. Pepper's Adventures in Time. Little 8-year-old kid. Like, she's probably not. Got
Yeah.
great survival skills.
I could say one of the animals in EcoQuest, but that's a horrible answer, so I'm going to keep it to myself.
But it's better than Pepper, and I just said Pepper, so. Poor Pepper. That's her first and only mention on this show's running 6-year-long history.
Aww.
And she's getting off in a horror game. Best character to be trapped in an elevator with. Best. Because worst is next.
I don't know. Hoagie would bring the snacks, so at least you'd have that great big sub. You and him could share it, and you wouldn't starve to death. She brings it back around.
Very good. Very good. All right, let's leave that there. Worst character to be trapped in an elevator with. Keith. It's Keith.
Keith, it's definitely Keith. He's going to be, he's like, don't worry, I brought like 5 packs of smokes with me just in case I got held up.
Yeah, it turns into the worst human iron lung.
Oh my God, that's funny. I was going to say that I would go back to Conroy Bumpus because he would sing the whole time.
Ooh, another good one, yeah.
He's got the best hair, but he's the worst to be trapped in an elevator with.
Okay, a few more. Character most in need of a therapist. Oof. So many of them.
There's so many. Like, give Gabriel some therapy. Give Bernard some therapy. I think he lives in constant anxiety. Rosella, to figure out who she is and to realize that once she goes on an adventure, she's had an adventure. So when she cries that she's never had an adventure, she needs to look back in her own life and really think about it.
She's insatiable, honestly. A lot of pressure on any future guys she dates. Jesus Christ. There's only one true answer for this one, though. It's Curtis Craig.
Right.
Yeah. Dude's got problems. I mean, he kind of goes to therapy in the game, but he's not done.
Actually, okay, so yeah, the main character, Mike, in the Dark Seed games that I've been playing with Nalani, we've played the first two. He's got issues. He's got mother issues. He's got friend issues. He's got issues, and he's right from the very get-go. This is a man who has a lot of issues. This guy needs a therapist hard. He ends up finding something a little different than that, though, unfortunately for him.
All right, let's give it to him, because Curtis does have a therapist. I don't remember if she died or not, and if she did, if that was even a manifestation or not, so whatever. Winner, Mike. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike.
Mike is such a jerk, too. He is such a jerk.
Most likely to eat the inventory item.
I don't know, Max, just because he could.
Right. Yeah, that's fair.
Is that the one? Am I saying the right one? Max is the rabbit. That's the one I'm trying to say.
Probably.
Is the rabbit.
I hope so.
Okay.
I'm as confused as you are on this. Max is a great answer. Laura, because she has. Who else eats? Rosella. Rosella does. Laura does. They both. Right, because Rosella eats the magic fruit and ruins the game. And Laura eats the hoagie, not that one. So, yeah. All right, last one. Best smelling character. And on a strong note.
Okay, let me think about this. I really need to...
I really just want to think about this. It's not even a need. I just want to...
What's his name before he gets figured out that he's Alex as a servant in King's Quest 3? What is his name before he's found?
Gwydion?
Yeah, him. Because I bet you, like, he gets stuck in the tub and scrubbed, like, every day till he's raw and red. He probably smells amazing.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's a terrible answer. Elaine probably smells sweaty and tasty.
I kind of want to answer Cliffy from Space Quest. Musky guy, you know?
Yeah, you really want to get your nose in there.
I want it to be Beatrice. She's dreamy.
I just wish she wore deodorant.
I think it's okay that she doesn't. Kind of thing. Yeah, nice natural little zing to it.
A nice natty.
Yeah.
Nice. Perfect. So was that it?
Yeah, that's it. We're done.
Okay. That was reasonable. Do you have anything you want to tell people about anything before I go into words?
I don't. Should I? Mm-mm. Okay, great. Then in that case, I don't think I do.
Okay.
Thanks for everyone for putting up with our last three on the fly. You know, no research. We just got to get an episode out to you and try to have fun and try to make it fun. So hopefully it was fun, divertente. But in the meantime, we're going to get to playing games. I'll be definitely doing that now because I'll be forced to just sit down for at least a few days and do such things. So we'll be coming at you with some game episodes. We're going to have a guest on. Michael Locke's going to be joining us. We're going to have all kinds of fun things happening. And we'll be doing live streams of the Phantom Fellows this summer. And if you haven't played the Phantom Fellows, please check it out. It's on all the stores all the time. It's on Mac App Store now. And go to the website. You can get the press kit, which comes with all the things, the walkthrough, the player's guide, companion, the manual, or you can get those things at the website individually. But again, if you have already played it and you have some save games, go back with the player's companion and check out my favorite moments in it, because there's some really, really good ones that you wouldn't see on the beaten track, let's say. So yeah, that's it. I'm all done.
Perfect. Okay. Well, then, I would like to say thank you so much to everybody who is our Patreon members for making this show possible. Every week, it just feels good to know that people are out there thinking that this is something they'd like to continue to hear, and we'd like to continue to do it too. So thank you so much to everybody in our True Believer tier. Gareth, Mick, Christopher, Brian, Chapman, Jeffrey, Mark, Yanis, Tim, thank you, all of you, and every single other Patreon member that we have. It makes it possible to continue with improving our sound quality. Unfortunately, it doesn't improve our topics or subjects, but that'll be for another time. We'll deal with that. Outside of that, you can find us online. We're a page, we're a group. You can also email us. I don't have it in front of me. Hold on, sorry. Give me a sec.
It's like CGG whatever at something.com.
See something. Yeah, this isn't bad enough. You don't need to stop it. Nobody's here anymore anyways. Right, we're on Twitter, CGG Podcast, and at the Phantom Fellows. You can also send us your words, mail at cggpodcast.com. There it is. We're on Facebook, we're a page, we're a group, we're on Instagram, and we are on YouTube.
The end. Don't do murder.
Nice.
I have a post-it note on my computer that says, no fidgeting. Signed past last week, Paul, who had to edit a few times.
Damn it, Paul.
I was so mad at me.
You're like, what a jerk. He does that for the whole episode. He doesn't even care that I have to edit.
Exactly. It's selfish.
Selfish.